was cold, the fire burned thin, the storm beat hard against the wind.
An old fate stirred beneath the storm. The night we found we were not alone.
When the curse first bloomed in fire and rain, did it mark our hearts with love or pain? Though the dark rose high and called our names, we lit the flame again. Did it mark our hearts with love or pain? Though the dark rose high and called our names, we lit the flame again. I felt the earth beneath the shake, like buried grief had come awake.
The torches bent, the bells went still, but I stood near and held you still.
When the curse first bloomed in fire and rain, did it mark our hearts with love or pain? Though the dark rose high and called our names, we lit the flame again.
They spoke of doom and chapel light, of ancient wrongs that wake at night. But I would bear the sky undone before I turned and left you alone.
Let kingdoms fall and rivers part, it will not tear you from my heart.
If all the world should close its gate, I'll meet you still in ash and blaze.
When the curse first bloomed in fire and rain, did it mark our hearts with love or pain? Though the dark rose high and called our names, we lit the flame again.
When the curse first bloomed in fire and rain, did it mark our hearts with love or pain?
Though the dark rose high and called our names, we lit the flame again. flesh and bone.
The marks still burned beneath my skin, but all I felt was you within.
The fields were hushed, the crows flew low, the river dragged its weight below.
And every mile the morning gave felt like a road the dead had paved.
Bound beneath the blackened sky, still your heart is tied to mine. Though the storm would pull us far, we will burn beyond the night.
They warned the fields would turn to grief, that hope was frail as autumn leaf.
They said the wound would spread its stain through frozen branch and winter rain.
But when your hand found hold of mine, I knew no curse could change that sign.
No speaking mouth, no iron law could break the vow I in you saw. Bound beneath the blackened sky, still your heart is tied to mine. Though the storm would pull us far, we will burn beyond the night. Let old power stir in hollow halls, let winter strike these battered walls, let frightened tongues speak doom again, and count our love among the slain.
I will not bend, I will not fade, not while your fire in me remains. If all the stars were swept from sight, I'd still walk on to find your light.
If roads divide and years grow hard, I'll keep your name against the dark. If kingdoms crack and banners fall, I'll hear your voice above them all.
And when the world has spent its breath, I'll stand with you through life and death. No buried grief, no poisoned air could make me doubt you waited there.
Bound beneath the blackened sky, still your heart is tied to mine. Though the storm would pull watched fires dimmed along the ridge. The wind ran cold through pine and stone.
Below us lay the sleeping bear. Above us rolled a sky of bone.
You stood beside the splintered wall,
with rain upon your travel cloak.
and every warning from the hills turned thin the moment that you spoke.
They said the hour was drawing near, the old one stirring in the land, that war was sealed and nailed to grief would break beneath their joined hands.
But even there, when night grown hard and fire horns crying through the plain,
I felt more fear in losing you than in the ruins still to wake.
if dawn finds only ash and rain, will love still speak our names the same? Though ruin climbs the eastern rim, I will remain.
I will remain. The river carried broken light, the orchard bent in bitter air.
The bells were mute, the roads were bare, and every house had learned despair.
They told me not to seek your hand, not while the curse ran fierce and deep.
As though a life without your voice was one a soul could choose to keep.
I saw the fear in every face. I heard the priest refuse the sky, yet none of them could bear the ache of what it means to let love die.
So if the morning comes with grief, if all we build is torn away, then let me meet that breaking hour, still turn to you at end of day. If dawn finds only ash and rain, will love still speak our names the same? Though ruin climbs the eastern rim, I will remain.
I will remain. Let towers crack and banners drown, let iron crowns be cast aside, let every fearful tongue declare that hope was folly dressed in pride.
I've heard the old lament of kings, I've seen the holy lamps burn low,
But none of them have carried what I carry now in you alone.
if morning takes the road from me,
If daylight strips the world to bone,
then keep this truth against your chest. You were the nearest thing to home.
and if my voice grows faint with dust, or time should wear my shape away, remember how I held your name as one last warmth before the day.
I will not learn a code of faith.
I will not bless a loveless peace.
What good are walls that still stand tall?
If all the living music leaves,
So let the sky unmake its blue. Let rivers climb and forests bow. Whatever waits beyond this night, I would not turn from you now. And should the east come red with smoke and lay its sorrow on the plain,
I'll walk through every shattered field to gather what of us remains.
with early frost. The pines were bent with sleet. A brittle blow on broken rock lay cold beneath our feet.
The camps below had drowned their fires. The horns were long since done. Yet all the night kept widening beneath that poisoned moon.
You turned with weather in your hair and travel in your face, the kind of look a soul might wear after too much time and ache.
No minstrel there, no chapel lamp, no witness dressed in gold.
Just wind along the ruined stones and two hands in the cold. Under the wicked moon we stand, while the cold lays claim to land. Let the night come fierce and high, still I stay. I do not fly.
They said that hour was marked for grief, and nothing pure lived there, that every bond the night once touched would thin to frost and air.
But when you drew me near your side, the whole waste held its breath, as if the earth itself would wait to hear what we said next.
Far off the watchtowers blurred in mist, the river lost its gleam. A raven crossed the empty pass like something from a dream.
Yet none of that could move me then, nor make my spirit yield. I had already crossed too much to leave you on that field. Under the wicked moon we stand, while the cold lays claim to land. Let the night come fierce and high, still I stay. I do not fly. Buried halls,
Let mountain thunder roll,
let frightened mouths pronounce their curse.
on body, breath, and soul.
I have no crown, no sainted word,
No bright blade fit for song,
but I can keep beside your step.
when every road goes wrong.
And if the sky should harden more,
And strip the branches bare,
if morning brings the bitter cost
I will not vanish there.
for what we built in grief and fire,
Was not a passing spark.
can learn to breathe in bitter hours and keep its shape and under the wicked moon we stand, while the cold lays claim to land. Let the night come fierce and high, still I stay.
I do not fly.
Under the wicked moon we stand, while the cold lays claim to land. Let the night come fierce and high, still I stay. I do not fly. Under the wicked moon,
Still I stay.
I do not fly. I do not
Under the wicked moon,
still I stay. citadel lay split and bare, with plaster dust in every stair. The western road was choked with lime and bent beneath the weight of time.
We crossed the court through broken beams, past emptied wells and tattered seams. No herald left, no watch to keep, only the hush of buried grief.
The standard hall was charred and torn, its painted saints undone and worn. A crown lay cracked beneath the sun, a throne was sunk in ash and wood.
Yet through that waste your living gaze still drew me onward through the haze. And every step through wreck and scar proved how much stronger than dread we are.
We carried hope through the ruin wide, through fallen halls and the turning tide. Though all we knew lay torn apart, you were the mercy that kept me warm.
The cloister yard was stripped and still, with torn white cloth on windowsills. The fountain bowl was split and dry, a pale wind crossed the open sky.
They said no blessing lingers long, where grief has nested years too strong. Yet when you reached and steadied me, the broken place felt less unclean.
Beyond the keep, the orchard bent, its fruit long gone, its branches spent. The chapel roof had given way to weather harsh and iron gray.
But even there among the wreck, I felt no urge to turn or weep, for what we held was not undone by shattered glass or blackened beams. We carried hope through the ruin wide, through fallen halls and the turning tide. Though all we knew lay torn apart, you were the mercy that kept me warm.
Let all the old proud houses fall, let silence claim the banquet hall. Let every carving, every crest be ground to dust with all the rest. I do not need their gilded years, nor songs once fattened upon fear. If I can keep beside your breath, I'll walk the wreck and laugh at death. And if the curse still hunts our trail through hollow cord and splintered pale, then let it learn what it has made. Not frightened souls, but tempered grace. For every loss it laid before us taught my blood to harden true. And all that broke around our hands could never break my hold on you.
So take what still can bear the road, the bronze ring clasp the winter coat, the little book with weathered leaves, the thread I kept within my sleeve.
We are not bound to what collapsed, nor buried with the blackened past. The world may call this ending down. I hear a road beyond this ground.
And when the hills give way to dawn and distant roofs begin to form, we'll carry more than grief from here. We'll carry proof that love stayed near. No ruin owns the final word, no curse decides what we become. torn and broken sheets of gray. Along the scar of eastern clay, they keep behind with smoking line, its bells long lost to war in time.
They send me with the riders south, past Thorn and Fen and River Mouth, to draw the hunters from your trail and buy your breath where mine might fail.
Each camp I crossed wore hollow eyes and cooked fire haze beneath the skies. The roads were split by cart and hoof, the inns were stripped of grain and roof.
Yet every mile that widened out
Could not unmake my inward route.
for all I touched in wood and loam.
Still turned toward the place called home. Across the hollow miles I know you're living cold through sleet and smoke. Though kingdoms split and towers fall, my road still bends to you.
They led me through the alder pass, where ruined shrines sank into grass.
A widow gave me bread and wool, and that's no more than if I had pulled.
My hood up tight against the gale,
That combed the moor and iced the trail.
but every gust that crossed my cheek
Seemed full of words you could not speak.
at dusk I reached a harbor town,
With broken masts and sun-stiff gowns,
the quay was lined with shuttered tray,
and children hushed by debts unpaid.
still in the hush before first league.
I felt your promise running deep.
No sea between, no hunted plain.
Could teach not just to doubt again. Across the hollow miles I know you're living cold through sleet and smoke. The kingdom splits and towers fall, my road still bends to you. Pursuers comb the ridge of chalk,
Let grave men map the roads I walk.
let iron writ and royal seal
Declare our band a cursed ordeal.
I have no fear of winter's bite,
Nor of the wolves that pace by light.
what shakes me most is one cruel year
In which your voice grows strange to hear.
So keep one coal of memory hid.
Beneath the hours the world has split.
Keep one sure place no grief can claim,
Where I still answer when you call.
and if my path runs harsh and long,
If hunger thins my step and soul,
remember this through frost and din.
I'm crossing every land to win.
Across the hollow miles I know you're cold through sleet and smoke.
Your kingdom splits and towers fall.
My road still bends
Across the hollow miles I know.
You're living cold through sleet and smoke.
Your kingdom splits and towers fall.
My road still bends to you.
Across the hollow miles,
My road
still bows to
The noon was strange with copper light. A fever ran along the height. The gulls flew inland from the coast, as if they feared some unseen host.
the wells were low, the grain lay flat. The dogs would not come near the path, and every face in Market Square held that still look of answered prayer.
They said the sky had closed its hand against the grief upon our land, that every plea sent up in need would fall unheard like blighted seed.
But when I found you by the U, with travel dust upon your shoes, the whole heart out within my chest gave way and named that meeting blessed.
Though the
Heavens turn away, though no kindly voices stay, I will keep your living truth past the ruin, past the blue. The chapel claws were stripped and damp. No wick was left in any lamp. The carving saints wore a weathered face, as if mercy had left the place.
Yet when your fingers brushed my sleeve, I felt a steadier thing than creed. No royal word, no holy song had ever held me out so strong.
The birches leaned, the air grew harsh. A bitter scent rose from the marsh. Far off the ferries ceased their run before the dropping of the sun. Still none of this could bend my will, nor teach my blood a lesser thrill. For all the world had hardened cold, but you were warmth I still could hold. Though the heavens turn away, though no kindly voices say, I will keep your living truth past the ruin, past the blue.
Let temples crack and altars fail.
Let monks fall mute and captains pale.
Let every proud and learned tongue say we were cursed from being young.
I know the worth of what we bear.
It is not dream nor borrowed air.
It is the hand that found my own when every other light had gone. And
the years. If no bright sign appears, if all our road is wind and strain, and all our gain is marked by pain, then still I choose this weathered bond above the ease of being numb. For better grief beside your breath than empty peace with someone else.
So let the bleak horizon harden, let frost sit white on roof and garden, let distant harbors lose their trade, and summer fail the orchard shade.
I will not trade what we became for safer sleep or lesser pain. The world may close its shining doors, I was not made to leave yours.
And should the final mercy be no more than this, you stay with me. No lifted curse, no sudden spring, no choir of larks on thawing wing. Then still I call our portion bride, for love held fast in starving light is more than all the gilded praise that fills the mouths of easy days. Though the heavens turn away, though no kindly voices stay, I will keep your living truth past the ruin, past the blue. Though the heavens turn away, though no kindly voices stay, I will keep your living truth past the ruin, past the blue. Though the heavens turn away, I will keep your living truth.
The past ran thin through chalk and thorn, where ancient mileposts leaned and worn. One glow clung to western cloud, while crows wheel low and crying loud.
The map we cast was torn with use, its corners soft, its markings loose, yet all the lines led here at last to where the old world met its past.
The hermit on the upland track
Had worn no soul, came wander back
from that far brink by hollow cairns, where daylight failed and silence learned.
He said the curse would make it stand, and asked for breath and blood and hand. But every fear he laid before us only drove my spirit onward.
and love made weak.
That mercy thin the guarded keep.
Yet every league we crossed proved true.
How much of strength I learned from you.
Not iron law nor priestly art could give the courage you had led. So when the path grew steep and bare,
I climbed it with your breathing near.
at the last light, crossing clear, I choose you over dread and fear. Let the old grief speak its claim. We are more than what it made.
As light crossing clear, I choose you over dread and fear. Let the old grief speak its claim. We are more than what it made.
Let all the elder voices rise from Barrow Hall and win a shrine.
Let every curse-fed murmur say that love must kneel and life obey.
I have walked too far through wreck and frost to count your nearness as a cost.
If some due price is asked of me, then let it find me standing
Through what we kept through haunted years was not a dream preserved by tears.
It was the bread we split and walked the roads we bore, the sleepless watch, the faith that lived when comfort died, the will that chose and still replied.
And if this break should take its due, I would still spend my days on you.
Then hear me now, you buried wrong. You will not keep us bound for long. You had your age, your hunger, your claim, your bitter rule, your borrowed rain. But we have carried truer things than relic dust or withered rings. We brought the proof that grief can end when to refuse at last to bend.
So if the west grows dim and red and all the air turns hard as lead,
I will not yield your hand from mine, nor leave your voice beyond that line.
let daylight fail, let hope house stir, let every omen blur and whirl.
I came too far, I know too well what living love can break and heal. At the last light crossing clear, I choose you over dread and fear. Let the old grief speak its claim. We are more than what it
At the last light, crossing clear, I choose you over dread and fear. Let the old grief speak its claim. We are more than what it made.
last light crossing, I choose you over dread and fear.
The chamber lay beneath the key, where roots had found the mortar deep. A ring of candles thinned and swayed against the walls, their frail gold frayed.
The learned men had gone above, with tablets, ash, and talk of blood. They left us there with whispered
my palm burned white, as if it fed upon the light. The old wrong moving under bone.
I nearly learned to call me home,
But when I saw your stricken face,
I felt no terror in that place.
only a fierce and steady thought that you were all this war had borne.
Let my name be yours to keep. If the old grief wakes from sleep, take the years and take the scar. Only live and keep the spark. Do not speak as if farewell is some brave gift I should learn well. Do not lay your life down thin like winter cloth against the wind. I crossed too far through loss and blame to stand and watch you leave your name. What good is breath or morning air?
The basin shook, the candles bowed,
A murmur traveled through the ground.
as though the buried curse below.
I'd heard the shape of what you'd sworn
I took your wrist within both hands,
and felt the fear beneath its depth.
not fear of death nor fear of pain, but fear that love might break in vain. Let my name be yours to keep.
If the old grief wakes from sleep, take the years and take the scar. Only live and keep the spark. Then hear me now and mark me true. I was remade the hour I knew you, not by crown nor sainted art, but by the courage in your heart. If something must be given here, let it be all they fashion from fear. Let every wound they marked in me be spent to buy your liberty.
I do not offer this from pride,
Nor for a tale the bards recite.
I offer what is left because
Your living breath outweighs my own.
and if the years should wash me clean from book and bell and winter green, then let one thing endure instead.
You walk this earth and were not left. Know if a price is named tonight, then I will stand within its sight. I will not wear a save life cold while yours is bartered to the old. We did not cross the wasted years to part at last through ritual fear. We came to break what bound us fast.
So take my voice and take my hand.
And speak with me against this land.
Let every buried tyrant hear.
A love that will not disappear.
If memory thins and records fade,
If time unthreads what kings once made,
still somewhere in the breath between, I'll know the shape of what we've been.
let my name be yours to keep. If the old grief wakes from sleep, take the years and take the scar. Only live and keep the spark. Let my name be yours
first pale gold touched cedar beams and crossed the chamber floor. The long-held frost upon the walls had lost its rule at last.
Above us, quiet reached the key where once the old grief stood, and for the first time in our years, no buried malice moved.
Your hand was warm within my own, no trembling in your wrist, no cruel mark burning through the skin, no whisper in the blood.
The air still carried ash and wax from all that came before. Yet in that hush I felt the world turn gently toward the morn.
And still we rose through ruin and cold, through broken years and sorrows old. What sought to bind could not endure. We stand unlost, we stand restored.
The court beyond the chapel door was silvered with new dew. The orchard, stripped for many years, held buds along the boughs.
A bell once mute gave out a tone so clear it seemed unreal, and every listening roof and lane received it like a prayer.
I looked at you in dawning light, with travel, grief, and grace. The weight we carry through the waste, still written in your face.
But not as chains, the old wrong forged, nor as a wound to hide. More like the weather on a tree that proves it held through storms. And still we rose through ruin and cold, through broken years and sorrows old. What sought to bind could not endure. We stand unlost, we stand restored.
Let scholars write their careful lines of curses spent and kingdoms spared. Let elders speak of what was paid and how the ancient knot was cut. I know another truth than theirs, a simpler one and more. That every hour the world went hard, you met it with me still.
Not by bright sword nor royal seal, not by some sudden mercy, but by the daily choosing made in hunger, frost, and distance.
You kept me human when despair would gladly make me less. And if there's any song worth keeping, it begins and ends with that.
So let the windows open wide, let bread be torn and shared. Let children race the watered lane and learn no fear from us.
Let timber smoke climb clear and thin, let ferries cross again, let
soft and silver.